Oof. Jesus Christ. That was boring. Right guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be doing our third match review of the season and our final one for pre-season, which was the Sunderland vs Harrogate Town fixture, which ended in a 1-0 win for Sunderland. Jesus Christ, that was terrible. Absolutely shit. I've got no words for how bad that game was. I mean, yeah, we got the win. What was that? What was that? I've got no words. I've literally got no words for this. So I'll do what I usually do. I'll get the lineup up. I've got it on my phone right here, on Twitter, and I'll talk about the game, even though there wasn't really that many highlights to begin with. And then we'll begin there. So the Sunderland team today was Lee Bird in goal, Luke O'Nien, Tom Flanagan, Jordan Willis and Bailey Wright, and Denver Hume as the back five, Max Power and Josh Gowan in midfield. Then we've got Chris Maguire, Lyndon Gooch behind Charlie Wyke. Substitutes are Conor McLaughlin, Remy Matthews, Morgan Feeney, Grant Ledbetter, George Dobson, Jack Diamond, Will Grigg, Aidan O'Brien, Brandon Taylor, and Dan Neil. We'll get onto Dan Neil in a minute. For Harrogate, they had Cracknell, Fallowfield, Burrell, Smith, Hall, Thompson, Falkingham, Kerry, Walker, John Stead, and Muldoon. On the bench are two trialists, Kiernan, Emmett, Beck, Kirby, and Locko. Now the game, it was a very slow start of the game, you must admit. I mean, Sunderland, didn't get going. I mean, we didn't really get going for like 85 minutes, really. It was nothing too special about the game. Harrogate's probably having the better chances. I remember Lee Bird getting tested around about the 20-minute mark. And it was just, overall, it was really boring to watch. No one really had that much of a clear-cut opportunity. And, I don't know, just nothing really happened, to be honest with you. I remember, I don't know who it was. I think it was either John Stead or somebody for Harrogate, just before half-time. Had a header, the ball whipped in. The header, it should have went in. Should have really went in. It was a poor header. Lee Bird was nowhere near it. And Jordan Willis, I don't know what the hell he was doing. He was just absolutely terrible marking. And then the second half starts, and nothing's changed. Literally nothing changed in that second half, apart from that Sunderland actually started to look a little bit more threatening than that. And I can't express how much the word "little" actually means. There was not much improvement at all, to be honest. Yeah, and then Conor McLaughlin actually came off for Jordan Willis at half time. I think Willis hurt his thigh or his groin. One of them. I mean, like, nowhere near each other, but I think he hurt one of them too. So he came off. Hopefully, they won't be too serious, even though Willis didn't have the best of games. To be honest, obviously we'll get more to that as well. It's just overall, it's just a very poor performance. I mean, Conor McLaughlin did not make an impact at all. I mean, Sunderland's defence weren't really troubled as much in the second half. You know, it was a pretty simple job to do, you could say. And then more people came on. Aidan O'Brien, Will Grigg, Dan Neil, and George Dobson. They all came on. And I think that was it really, because we didn't make that many changes in this game compared to usual. I'll be able to tell you, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was only them lot who came on, because there wasn't that many substitutions made. Yeah, it was only McLaughlin, Dobson, Grigg, O'Brien. Yeah, it was only them five who came on, and it was, I mean, like, nothing really improved that much. We probably got into Harrogate's box a bit more. O'Brien did hit the post. It was a naff shot. I mean, I think it took a deflection off somebody. I mean, at first I thought it actually went off Will Grigg on the post, but it just took a deflection of the Harrogate defender. But I think it was only really when Dan Neil actually came on where we actually started to look a bit better. So Dan Neil, I mean, this was only the first time really, like, in this preseason that I've actually seen him play, and also some of us haven't even heard of him before this. Tell you what, he looks okay. I mean, I said it in the Gateshead game. I don't know if I said it in the actual review, but I definitely said on Twitter that Dan Neil definitely played well. Also did well against Carlisle as well. And today, to what a ball from him to Will Grigg. I tell you what, I don't know. Obviously, I think the main issue with Grigg, a lot apart from his attitude and just the fact that he just doesn't look like he wants to be here, is that we're not playing to his strengths. Even under Jack Ross, we're just lumping the ball up to Grigg and trying to win on his head. And it clearly wasn't working. At Wigan and even the MK Dons, you see that Grigg gets the ball played to his feet, and that's how he usually gets all the goals. And that's what Daniel did just there today. Daniel had a lovely ball through to Grigg, and then Grigg was a very good finish from him as well. On the 85th minute to make it 1-0 to Sunderland. And that was literally that was probably the only highlight of the game. There was nothing interesting about that game at all. I was literally falling asleep during that game. I'm so tired now. I try to hold that yawn back in. I want to yawn now. Also, it was a poor game. Sorry about this, guys. It was just so boring, man. Honestly, even on Twitter, people are like, "Oh, you're absolutely shit," This isn't working. So far in pre-season, I've seen a theme that in the first half, in all three of the first half, we've never got going, and then it took the substitutes to actually get us going in the end. And it's just poor. It wasn't good enough today. Talk about Lyndon Gooch. Lyndon Gooch. This has been a theme for like the last 2 years or so. Lyndon Gooch, he is not Messi. I swear, like, it always ends up happening. Lyndon Gooch decides that he's going to try and be Messi and just try and skin my half the players to try and take them all on. And he's pretty much. I've only seen him actually do it. I think I've only seen him do it once. Every single time he tries to take my freedom on, and then all ends up getting just bullied off the ball. And he started doing that. He started doing that again today. And it's just like he needs to get in his head that he's a winger, but he does have the ability to pass the ball as well. And I think Parkinson needs to drill that into his head. And obviously the same with Jack Ross. Jack Ross didn't tell him about. As far as we're aware, Jack Ross didn't tell him about it. So far, Phil Parkinson hasn't done that either, and Parkinson needs to get into his head. I think the thing with Gooch, Parkinson just has the arrogance that he doesn't want to be told how to run his team. Even though he solved the Aiden McGeady situation not very nicely. Honestly, there's still fans out there who want McGeady to come back. I'm not even going to get into that. But Gooch, honestly, I think Gooch just needs to learn how to pass the ball, because it took Dan Neil one pass today to send Will Grigg through, and that ended up being the assist. Which in my opinion, I think Dan Neil should be starting against Hull City on Saturday, and if not against Hull, then definitely against Aston Villa's under 21s on the Tuesday. He needs to be given the chance this season. Jack Ross gave Denver Heat a chance last year. Denver Heat took it nicely. Why can't we do the same for Dan Neil and also Jack Diamond? Jack Diamond didn't play at all today. Don't know why. Just didn't. Maguire, I think Maguire played the whole game. Actually, no, he didn't. O'Brien came on for him. Chatting shit there. But yeah, Dan Neil needs to be given a chance. And it was not against Hull, then definitely against Aston Villa. And apparently on Twitter, I've heard someone say that apparently Parkinson's treating the Hull and Villa games as friendlies, which fair enough. The Carabao Cup, we got the round 4 last year, could have gotten the quarterfinals potentially, but we're not going to win it. And the AFL trophy, it's just a tin pot trophy. It doesn't mean anything. We got the final in 2019, and then last year we finished third in our groups. I don't blame him that he's taking us two games as friendlies, because there's just pointless games, and we need to focus on the league, which I think we will do this year. That's pretty much it. That's the end of the video and the review. The game was poor. There was no there's no standout player ready for me to do. I was going to say Max Power just because I was going to make him just put out the long passes to the wing backs and the wingers. Apart from that, no one really was the key player today. There was no one really there. Actually, I do know who I'm going to give my man match award to. Will Smith from Harrogate Town. Just on the basis that it's called Will Smith. That's literally it. Now, guys, that's probably going to be the end of the review. Yeah, we'll hold next week. It's going to be our big test. If you are going to treat the whole game as friendly, at least do a better effort than today, and on the whole pre-season, really, because apart from that second half against Carlisle and Gateshead, that it's been pretty mediocre at best. So yeah, for the whole game, if you whole game, I want a better effort, better performance out there. I don't care if it beat Hull or not. But yeah, guys, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then give it a thumbs up. And if you are new, then feel free to subscribe so that you never miss any future content. Also, turn notifications so that you get notified the second I upload the video. See you guys watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.